In this video, I'm going to show you how to use location targeting to target your customers based on their location that they are in right now. And this is really great for you if you're targeting local audiences, or if you want to target specific countries, specific states, or even specific cities. So let's get right into it. Before we get into this video, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when I release my next YouTube advertising video. So when you're inside Google Ads, you can set up location targeting either in a new campaign, or you can even edit an existing campaign to modify the locations and the cities and the states you are targeting. So to give you an idea of the options when it comes to targeting different locations, I'm just gonna click on one of my existing campaigns so I can just show you this really quickly. So what you do is on an existing campaigns, you go to settings, and then once you get in there, you will see this right here, and this is the locations that you can target. What you can do here is, obviously the default option here is all countries and territories if you're targeting worldwide. So I do not recommend that because your spend is just gonna go to random countries. Or you can also click on the United States and Canada, or you can enter another location. Now this is where things get interesting. All right guys, once you click on this advanced search, you have a lot more options. So you can add locations in bulk. So you could add in a bunch of countries in here. Let's say you have an Excel spreadsheet of all the countries you want to target. You can do that. You could even do this, let's say if you're selling and let's say a course and it's in English, you could literally add in a list of countries that all have English as an official language, and you could get that from Wikipedia or wherever and put that in here. Another cool aspect of this is you can also target by radius. So let's say you have a GPS coordinate of where you're at and you want to target everybody in a 20-mile radius, you can do that. For example, I'm in Cape Town right now. So if I wanted to run an ad that's a 20 miles radius around Cape Town, I could do that. In fact, I could even make it like 10 miles. I could even go for a specific neighborhood, right? Because I could basically make this a 2-mile radius and I could choose a coordinate. So I could, for example, if I wanted to just target a certain neighborhood, I can do that, and then 2-mile radius, and now it's gonna only target this area right there. So in terms of location, that's really, really useful. Now you can even target by zip code. So let's say if I want to target a certain zip code in Michigan, this is where I used to live, I can do that. And this is really great for local service contractors who only work with certain zip codes, or perhaps they have different franchises that cover different zip codes. So that's also really a great idea. Obviously, you can go by states. So if I wanted to do Ontario, I can do that. And then you can also exclude different places. So if I want to have Ontario but exclude Toronto, right? Let's say I don't want to sell to Torontonians, that's actually pretty easy to do. So with Google's location targeting, you have so much control over who you're targeting that you can literally just target specific areas, exclude other specific areas. I could exclude all the big cities in Ontario. Let's say I'm targeting rural Ontario, right? So I can exclude Toronto, I can exclude Ottawa, I can exclude another city which is called Mississauga. And basically you can see now that we're targeting pretty much everywhere else except for these certain cities. Now this can even go into the countryside, right? So instead of targeting a state, you can go in and target this country. And then you can exclude, obviously, certain aspects of that country. So this really is quite a powerful tool. Now, what are some best practices when it comes to setting up location targeting? So this really depends on what you're selling. If you're selling to a local audience, right? Let's say you're running ads for a HVAC contractor, or you're running ads for a plumber. In that case, you want to go with radius targeting, because usually with plumbers, electricians, etc., they have a radius that they operate in. They don't really want to take on business that's more than 20 or 30 miles outside of their operating area, because that means that they'll end up spending hours to get there, and it's not really an efficient use of their time. So in that case, what I would do is I would just go into advanced search, add in wherever their location is, right? So for example, let's say I want to target inside Cape Town a certain neighborhood, and I can go in here, I can target that, or I could go on radius and go by place name. So this is really powerful because I could even go to my co-working space here and click target. So this is literally, you have all of the data from Google Maps in here, right? So that's incredibly powerful, where you can target a radius around a specific point, and it could be anywhere, right? Like it could be even your house, and you could target a 1 mile radius around your house. So if you're doing ads for a local business, my suggestion is figure out kind of the radius that the local business wants, right? So if they want a 6 mile radius, go for that. If they want a 20 mile radius, go for that. And that's usually the most efficient way to do that. Now, if you're running campaigns on a national or international scale, right? Let's say you're running lead gen on a national scale, or let's say you're selling an info product, you'll find that certain states perform better than others. You'll also find that different locations have different regulations. So for example, if you're doing certain types of health insurance lead generation, you may not be able to advertise in certain states. So that's again where you may want to include one whole country, but then exclude the certain states which either don't perform or for regulatory reasons you can't target. Now, if you're advertising internationally, that's where things can get pretty interesting. So at Linx Digital, we work with a lot of course sellers and coaching programs, and they often don't really care too much about where their clients are as long as they're able to get profitable clients. In that case, what I usually recommend is I usually have the US in its own campaign. It's the biggest market, they spend the most, it's kind of its own thing where the costs are higher, but the rewards are higher too. So I usually have US in one campaign. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll often have Canada, Australia, UK, perhaps New Zealand in another campaign. Now, if one of those really performs well, I may separate it out and have it in its own campaign. But typically, what I'll do is I'll have the US in its one campaign, the other kind of English-speaking countries that have high GDP in another. And then there's a lot of English-speaking countries that perhaps their GDP isn't that high, but their costs are lower because there's not that much competition. So then I'll have countries like South Africa, Netherlands, basically Scandinavian countries, Northern Europe, even Singapore. These countries I'll also test out in separate campaigns, right? So sometimes I might just throw them into one campaign to just see which ones take off. And then if a certain country takes off, I might just separate that out in its own kind of individual campaign. Now, with these international campaigns, what you do want to be careful of is making sure that you're not spending too much money on a country that's not performing. Okay, so the way you can actually check that is you can go into reports. When you click on reports, you can create a custom report right here. I usually like table, and you can actually have a country. So you can basically have the user location, put that in here. And then you can have conversions right in here. You can also put in cost and cost per conversion. So you can actually see which countries have the lowest cost per conversions. As you can see here, we can see the different cost per conversions in different geographic locations. So this can obviously help you in making decisions as to which countries to filter out or not filter out. Now, obviously you can see this in different places inside Google Ads. You can download this data as well. But yeah, that gives you kind of a high level idea of how to use this data. Now, one last thing I want to mention is when you're setting up a new campaign, you can actually set up location in the new campaign setup. I want to just show you where it is. It's right over here. So you can go in here and basically do all the steps I showed you to target whoever you want to. So guys, I want to leave you with a couple more tips as well. If you're targeting local, go with broader audiences. With local audiences, they can be kind of small. So you want to go with bigger audiences like affinity, in-market, topics, etc. If you try to go with placements for local targeting, your ads are just not going to spend. And if you're trying to scale offers internationally, I would highly recommend looking at countries that are basically have high levels of English speaking, but are traditionally not markets that advertisers really target. So there are a lot of countries like that out there, and you can, with some research, find them. For example, some of our favorite countries include Singapore, right? Singapore is a really big market for English-speaking info products, right? Because everybody in Singapore typically speaks really good English. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And also another video I highly recommend checking out is our YouTube ads targeting video, where we go into all the different targeting options. There'll be a link above or below in the end screen to go watch that video.